Hello everybody, in this video, this is Coach Roger here. In this video, we'll be going over Pythagorean Theorem and how to use this, okay? Usually you're given two sides for this, and we usually find a third side using the first two. Okay, so overview. So it's used to find missing sides of a right triangle, okay? A and B are considered to be legs, okay? So they're the ones who are touching 90, so right here by the box. The hypotenuse, which is C, will always be across from it, so it will be that one. So wherever you see it in the other triangles, like that would be C, this would be C, that would be C. Those are C's in this case, okay? Now, there will be times where C will be a number, will be a decimal, whatever you have, but just make sure that you know how to identify it immediately, okay? So just be very mindful of that. That's some of the parts where some students get confused. Now, if you have a right triangle that happens to be has the box in it, that means the A squared plus B squared equals C squared, that's going to go ahead and work to find whichever side you need, okay, every time. So just be very careful in how you apply it, and then just don't get the sides confused. Okay, so we have a couple examples here on the left side that are already done. So what we just did, just took 5 and then 12, and then that happens to be your A and the B. The C happens to be the X in this case, and then we just happen to go through it. We have 25 and 144, 12 squared, 5 squared, gives you those values. And then at the end, you want to be able to solve for what the individual x is, and then just square root the squared on both sides, and then you should get the final value of 13, okay? So that's kind of what's been going on for that x. Now, there will be times where that x, or that 5, or in this case would be the hypotenuse. So the x can move, okay? So don't just think that this is always going to be x. The x can move, and right here we have 25, and then your A happens to be the x, the B happens to be the 4. Replace them, and then square them. In this case, we just happen to have this minus 16 on both sides, and then just be able to square root it at the end, okay? And so that's what we got 3 here. All right, so I'll work one out with you, and so you know what's going on, then I'll show you another one. Okay, so in this case, for number 1, so identify C. C is going to be the line that's across, from the box. So that would be C, makes that A and B. Okay, so you have A squared plus B squared equals to C squared. So in this case, we'll have 8 squared plus 13 squared, and then that'll be equal to X squared. This is 64, and that gives you 196. Oh, actually, that gives you 169, and then that's equal to x squared. And so here we just have to add up these numbers, right? So 64 and 169. So I'm going to go back over here. Let's see what I can go and get. Okay, boom, boom. So if I go back to here, 169 plus 64, 169 plus 64, and there you go, you get 233, okay? Now, as we go through here, so you get 233, and then we want to be able to get rid of this little squared right here, okay? In order to do that, we want to take the square root on both sides. That goes away, x is by itself, and then we go back to our square root of 233, and then that's your final answer right there for 15.26. And if you round it, 15.26, and if we round to the nearest tenth, we look at the 10th spot, look right behind it. That value happens to be, the 6 happens to be bigger than the 5, so that means it makes it 0.3 in this case, okay? So there you go, approximately 15.3. So that's the final value of this part, okay? So that's it for number 1, okay? Now, as you start going through here, okay, sometimes you may run into a couple of these where they have decimals. That's fine. Just go ahead and just go through it the same process. Just make sure you just write out what you got, A, B, and then C. And then just make it a part of how you're going to be solving it just like you did with the others, okay? So 30.5 squared, just some setups, okay? And then just square it, and you'll get decimals, and that's okay. Alrighty, so the next one's over here. This one I want to show you. Alright, this one right here. Alright, so these ones down here have these involved, okay? I'll solve number 15, and then I'll turn you loose from there, okay? All right, so in this case, you have your A and B. Here's your A, here's your B. This one right here is your C, okay? The line that goes across from the box. When you go and solve it, you get A squared plus B squared equals to C squared. Now here's the thing, the X is already gonna be the C, okay? So I'm gonna leave that alone for a little bit. And then, but I'm just gonna focus on these right here. So square root of 3 squared. I'm just gonna solve that one first, okay? So here, in this case, you have 2, and then you have that squared. They're gonna cancel out, okay? They're gonna give you like a regular 3 at the very end. But what is happening between these two is that if we expand this square root of 3 squared, it would come out like square root of 3 times the square root of 3. But if we multiply it, you get the square root of 9. And the square root of 9 would become 3. So this is coming from the perfect squares, the perfect squares and the square root video from earlier. So just know that's just where this is coming from. Now that was for the square root of 3 here. Now the other one, okay, you have 2 square root of 3, okay, and so as I plug it in here, let's change this. I'm gonna use it something else. Let's go with purple. So 2 square root of 3. I'm gonna just write in 2 square root of 3 in here, okay, and I'm just gonna apply everything else as usual. So in this case, I'm gonna expand everything that's inside here. Okay, this is like my little parentheses right here. Okay, so as I expand it, it'll be 2 square root of 3 times 2 square root of 3. And then from here, you have 2 and 2 on the outside. Remember, numbers on the outside of the radical, they multiply. And so that'll become 4. Square root of what is left over on for the radical, which is the 3 and the 3, which is the square root of 9. And then again, what is the square root of 9, y'all? It's going to be the value of 3. And then you have the 4 that goes right in front. So 4 times 3 gives you that final 12 at the end, okay? So from here, that's kind of what's going on. So you have the x squared. When you combine them, you have 15 at the end of it, and then you have x squared. To get rid of that squared, you're going to use that square root. Square root, that cancels, that goes away. And so x equals to the square root of 15. And so the square root of 15, I'm going to go back to my calculator. Square root of 15 gives you 3.87. And so I go back here. So 3.87. Look at the 8. Look right behind it. And it becomes a 0.9 in that case, okay? So 3.9. Okay, so now a little bit like a review. So ran it to nearest tenth. Let's say we had a number that was like 3.87 versus 3.8, we'll say 4. Okay, so in this case, this is our 10th spot. That's the 100 spot. 10th spot, 100 spot. If you look at the 10th spot and you look right behind it, like for both of these two, you have a 4 right behind it, you have a 7 right behind that 8. But for whenever we're rounding up, we want to check out whether the number is bigger than 5. So in this case, 5 and up happens to be the 6, 7, 8, 9. And that means it'll change this 8 to a 9. Okay? And then the 7 disappears, and this just stays as 3.9. So this is 5 and up. When it is 5 or below, 5 and under, okay, so it's going to go ahead and stay the same number. So in this case, the 8 is going to stay the same because the 4 right behind it is smaller than the 5 that we described, okay? So that's a little bit about rounding, so to the nearest tenth. So just giving you a heads up so we don't forget about this part, okay? It's a very important skill. So this is a little bit separate because sometimes they might ask you to round to the nearest tenth. So just know how to do this, okay? Alrighty, yo, hey, tune into the next video. Just keep studying the videos and play them at different playbacks or speeds, and then so you can understand what's going on, okay? All right, later. Tune into the next video.